Good morning, guys. I'm just getting this call. Let me pick this up. Hey, bro. Good morning. A quick one. I'm using Notion and I wanted to check if there's a difference between sync blocks for databases and linked databases. Can they be used interchangeably for databases? Short answer, no. It'll be better if I show you what's different. Okay? Let me make a video that explains it. That'll be great. Look forward. If you want to use the same content across multiple pages in your workspace, there are two ways to do it. One is to use linked databases and the other is sync blocks. Earlier, we had a workaround to sync blocks, which we called as global blocks. Let's take a sweet example with chocolates. So I have this database of chocolates with some pre-populated data for illustration with a couple of different views. Let's use it. So we'll use this as the master database. While showcasing the databases across the different parts of your workspace, you may want to customize what you want to show in that part of your workspace. Let's create a subpage to act as a different part of the workspace and call it Coco for illustration. To create a linked database, press the / key and type in linked and you will see the option to select. Once you select, you will be presented with a list of database options. You can bypass scrolling by simply typing in the name of the database, box of chocolates in this case. You could also do that by clicking on the plus button on the left. So here you can see the arrow on the left of the database name, indicating that it's a linked database to the box of chocolates. This is merely another instance of the database that you've just created. Notice here that the views and filters haven't got copied through. That's one difference. Let's add in the same views to this database as well quickly. For this, I will add in a title for the views and create the filters. These views and filters will apply only to this linked database. Let's duplicate this linked database like this. You will notice that the views and filters have also been duplicated now. Any changes that you make to the content of any of the master or linked databases, including the property names, pass on to each other. I wanted to show you a neat little trick here. Let's create another page and call it baking and copy the address of the page like this. Now go on to the left-hand side of the duplicated database and you will see something like Move To. Click on that and paste the address of the new page that you've copied it to. After a bit of searching, the name of the new page will pop up. Select this. You will now find that the duplicated database have moved to this new location. Another neat little trick here is that you can click on the title that takes you straight back to the master database. We're now back on the main chocolate page. Let's create a sync block. Just press / and type sync and you should see the block type pop up. Select that and you will see an empty block that's formed with red rounded borders. Drag the chocolate database into it and you have sync blocked with the chocolate database. Copy the sync block like this and go into the same area where you have the linked database and paste the sync block there. You will notice that the master database has just popped up in the page here along with the views. You can see and edit the contents or the property names from any of the sync blocks and it will be reflected across all the others. So from an ease of use perspective, sync blocks are easier to copy and push into the new pages rather than linked databases. But don't get too comfortable as you could just be doing the wrong thing. They're actually the same database, just a mirror created and both reflect parallelly. So the sync block is a mirror creation, while the linked database is another mirror instance. You can see the other sync blocks in a drop-down right above the right-hand side of the sync block along with the permissions for those people you'd like to view. To quickly point out, in the case of linked databases, you can have different views in different areas of your workspace for linked databases, that is. And you can see that in action in my advanced Notion habit tracker template I created. This is one of the best use cases for linked databases, but you can't have that in a sync block. So if you want to see different things in different sync blocks, then the only way to do it is to unsync it. This is messy, since this creates a collection of blocks that were synced before, but now isolated on their own without any relation to the other sync blocks it was originally tagged to. So the thumb rule is that if you're creating a database just for yourself and you just want to have a mirror of the database, you need a sync block. If you want to have different views in different parts of your workspace, work with linked databases. If you want to have some of those views to appear on multiple workspace areas, while not in others, use a combination of sync blocks and linked databases. But what happens when you want to share this with a client or a template that you want to share with a wider group who may or may not have access to your workspace? In those cases, only a linked database. By sharing the page with them, they can duplicate this at their end so that they have a copy. That way, they don't mess up your work area and you don't mess up theirs. As you can see, you can't just pick sync blocks or linked databases randomly. If you're not yet part of this community, do consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified of new videos. If you like this video, consider sharing it with your friends. Stay safe, stay healthy, peace.